Hello and welcome to your quick hamstring tune-up, ideal for after a run to help release tight hamstrings. If you are a runner, be sure to sign up for my completely free workshop series, The Strong Runner. And if you'd like to do a full-length class focusing on hamstrings, I have just the thing for you on Connected, and you'll find the links to both just below. Now, if you have 2 blocks or something of a similar size and shape, grab those and a strap or a belt. Come and stand up tall with your blocks just nearby. And then bending your knees, taking your hands onto your blocks so that you can fold easily. From here, let's step the right foot back and drop that knee to the floor. Slide your blocks back, or you could just be on fingertips if that works for you. And then start to slide the hips back, peeling the front toes up. Slowly, gradually work your way forwards again back to this low lunge position. As you breathe out, slide the hips back to start to straighten that front leg. It does not need to go completely straight. And we'll keep going. And you might find that each time, you might be able to straighten that leg just a little bit further. Not really trying to stretch, just dropping the hips back, peeling the toes up. Now, if we take a few more, keep your chest lifted to help keep the spine long rather than folding forwards here. Not too slow, not too fast. This is obviously great for our hip flexors on that back leg as well. So see what you're feeling. On the next one, next time we come back, we could pause it here, hold for a few breaths. Spreading the toes, adjusting your hands as you need to. I have the back toes tucked under. You're welcome to release the toes if that's more comfortable. Keep spreading the toes, bringing them towards your chest and your chest forwards towards your toes. And a nice full breath. Letting it be fairly easy, but enjoying that stretch sensation. And then rocking forwards again. Use your blocks to help yourself come to the top, and we'll step the left leg back. Bring that knee down. And repeating on this second side. Noticing any differences. Lifting the chest as you come forwards and keeping it lifted as you rock back. This is such a great post-run little exercise pose to do, both for the hamstrings and the hip flexors, as I mentioned, also the back toes. A couple more here. And then on the next one, we'll pause and stay there for a few breaths again. Maybe bring the hands back, or maybe bring the blocks back, using those to facilitate the pose. Roll the shoulders back a little bit to lift the heart. And then rocking forwards again. You can use the blocks to help come to the top. Then just put the blocks forwards, or whatever you have there, hands to the floor, and walk the feet back. So we come to downward facing dog. Look forwards, press into your hands, spread all of your fingers. Shoulders away from the wrists and hips up and back away from the shoulders. Then look back towards your toes. So knees are still bent at this point in time. We're lengthening the spine first of all. Now gradually start to lengthen the legs just a little bit more. We'll keep them bent at least a bit. And then drop one heel as you lift the other. Keep lifting the hips up. And then switch. Drop the other heel, lift the other one up. Keep switching, and you might like to time that with your breathing. Knowing that the heels don't need to touch the floor, so whether that happens or not doesn't really matter. Keep pressing into the hands and the hips up high. And then eventually, just allow the heels to drop. See where they come to. This is another of my favorite post-run poses. We get so much benefit from this one pose here. Now lift the heels, look forwards, and walk your feet up towards your hands. Bend your knees and lay your chest over your thighs. Drop your head. If you want to use your blocks here for the hands, go ahead there. And then gradually start to lift your hips comfortably. So it really doesn't matter whether the legs go completely straight here or not. They might do eventually, but rather than thinking about straightening the legs, think about lifting the hips. Just a small difference that makes a lot of difference to the way that we feel the pose. Now, if you've still got the knees very bent with the chest over the thighs, that is all good if that's where you're at today. If your hamstrings are particularly tight just now, I want you to use the blocks. So you're up higher and you can keep your spine longer. You might be something more like this, maybe even with the knees bent. What we don't want is to be rounding in our back, straining to come forwards. So start with the knees bent and then we can allow them to straighten from there. So now let's bend the knees, come down through an easy squat, all the way into a seat. Come and lie down. And grab your strap if you have one. Feet to the floor. Bring one knee in towards your chest. Loop the strap around the ball of that foot. Now press the foot into the strap to take it towards the ceiling. Take it as straight as you comfortably can, whether it's upright or maybe on an angle forwards. Now press your foot into the strap, wherever it is. Keep pressing. And then relax. So you relax the foot, you relax the leg, and just see if you can bring that leg a tiny little bit closer in. Again, without straining. We're never needing to go to 100%. And then release. Now, I'm going to go straight onto the second side. You could do that on the same leg maybe 3 or 4 times before switching. But let's switch just now. So start with the knee bent, then push into the strap, upwards, bringing that leg as straight as you can. And press. We're still pressing here. And then relax, and maybe that leg will come in a little bit closer. Now just bear in mind, if you are a runner and you want to improve your hamstring flexibility because it is going to improve your technique, just know that we just want good flexibility. We don't need anything extreme. And then release that. Again, you might be doing that a few times on each side. After you have finished, just lengthen out the legs, relax. Give yourself a little shake out the feet, shake out the legs. And you can either lie there, relax, or possibly go on to another class. So I hope you found that useful. I look forward to reading your comments and questions. Remember those 2 links that I mentioned, that free workshop series of the Strong Runner, and a link to a full-length hamstring-focused class. Both links are just below. I'll see you again soon.